Tonight, people across the nation and here in San Diego are mourning those who were killed in a mass shooting in Colorado Saturday. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Jesse Pagan. 5 people died and at least 17 were hurt during the attack at Club Q, a gay nightclub in Colorado Springs. Tonight, investigators identified the victims as Daniel Aston, Raymond Green Vance, Kelly Loving, Ashley Paw, and Derek Rump. Meanwhile, detectives are still gathering evidence and interviewing people who were in Club Q. Army veteran Richard Fierro says he tried to kill the gunman who opened fire, adding he and others in the club rallied to stop the shooter.
I grabbed him by the back of his little armor thing and I pulled him down. This guy's trying to wiggle. He's trying to get his ammo, his guns. One of the performers walked by or was running by, and I told her, kick this guy, and she took her high heel and stuffed it in his face.
The suspect, 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich, will face murder and hate crime charges. Investigators say they will file the formal charges soon. Investigators also say they will file the charges coming up. Meantime, the grief has spread across the country, with people here mourning the losses in Colorado.
Tonight, hundreds of people gathered in Hillcrest rallying to stop the hate. It started at Rich's, then ended at the large rainbow flagpole. CBS 8's Richard Allen has the latest on the demonstration.
Well, that's right. Hundreds took to the streets of Hillcrest tonight, marching from Rich's nightclub here to the Pride flag, which is now at half staff, in remembrance of the 5 victims killed over the weekend at that gay nightclub in Colorado Springs. Their unifying message: stop the hate.
We are a gentle, angry people, and we are...
Armed with candles and signs and raising their voices, San Diegans showed their solidarity with the victims in Colorado Springs, while also standing in defiance of the hatred that apparently fueled this shooting.
We're not going anywhere. We're still going to go to our gay bars, and we're not going back into the closet. That is our message to America, that you can hate us, attack us, and even kill us, but we're not going back.
You will not let them steal our safe places. You will not let them steal our joy. You will not allow them to rob us of our safety. We will keep San Diego one of the safest big cities in the country together.
San Diego Police Chief David Nislight says that police patrols will be increased in our local communities as they work together with law enforcement on the county, state, and federal levels.
So you're going to have some patrol units up here, some of our specialized units up in this area, along with some of our undercover officers, making certain that we're doing everything we can to keep the community safe.
I was devastated and angry that we have yet another mass shooting in this country.
Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs says this senseless shooting demonstrates the need to address gun violence on the federal level, from an assault weapons ban to closing loopholes that make it easier to access firearms.
We need background checks, but we also need to address the rising LGBTQ+ hatred that we're seeing, especially in the rhetoric of some of my colleagues in Washington, D.C. And we need to make sure that we're passing federal protections like the Equality Act.
Throughout the state, hate crimes targeting the LGBTQ community increased by nearly 50% from 2020 to 2021, according to District Attorney Summer Stephan, who says that increase was not reflected in San Diego.
And I attribute that to the commitment of the community to stand together, and the commitment of law enforcement and your leaders to stand with you.
And in terms of public safety, one of the most important messages shared over and over again tonight: if you see or hear anything suspicious, do not hesitate to report it to law enforcement.